Hello. Yo. Blah 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 blah. Hello everyone, and welcome to my custom little basketball league. I don't have an official name for it or anything yet. There's still lots I will probably change, um, including a lot of these names and artwork and stuff. But at the same time, I don't really know where to start. Um, there's a lot of work I still want to do, but I also want to be able to continue to progress through this project while doing it instead of having a finished product already because I don't know. I think of an inaugural sports league like 1947 NBA kind of or BAA, I guess technically. Um, the talent is trash. There's no real it's just random guys that are young and able to play because they don't have any life commitments is kind of what I was thinking. So unfortunately, I would like a smaller league, but 2K doesn't have the most customization options, so it is still a 30-team league and it's all nationwide, even though plus Vancouver is their only international team. But yeah, so the first season here and for a few years later on is going to be kind of low-level talent and hopefully within like 10 years we'll have a more fleshed out league and just better talent of players. So what I've done, I downloaded a roster file, which is everyone is completely deleted, and then I guess the game just auto fills with random guys in like the mid 60s that are all like 22. So like basically like G League level players. And then I run two seasons. So we are just about to start the 2021-22 season, I believe. Um, I'd like to go to the schedule, but I just want to stay here for now so I can kind of go through all the teams before we get into anything. Um, but yeah, I've added two seasons of rookies. Um, no, it went so the first season was just the G League guys, and then the next year, which would be 2020, it's just kind of confusing with the 2020 2021. But yeah, so the 2020 season, um, a year in the future of when I'm recording this, and hopefully people are seeing this. Um, I added the 2019 drafted class, which is Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, and so on. Um, so one season has been played with actual like NBA talent, but at the same time, it's 18 to 20-year-old rookies that haven't developed yet, and that happened last season. And then this season, we just had the draft with the 2018 players. So the league will seem a little backwards the first 2 years because Zion Williamson will be a year older than Luka Doncic, kind of thing. And that's going to be the only two seasons of like real players added to this league. I might add more in the future, but for now, that's my plan. I've also created a second league, which is kind of like a college division, where all the rookies to that league will be 18-year-olds with you have options. You can set the draft class quality to 18 years old. And so what I've done so far for this first season is I've added the 75 top prospects from the college league, which I'll go over later, um, and added them into this draft class. And then the other, because it's 150 people get added to a draft class, so that's 75 that are from the college league, and then the other 75 are just going to be 40 overall guys that hopefully the AI doesn't think of drafting or adding to their team or anything. And yeah, the reason I like to do more than 75, but it is pretty time consuming, and I didn't want to, log all that time into adding a full 150 before I even get this thing off the ground and just have invested so many hours with no yielding of results or anything like that. And like the college league, I started the same with a G League roster. So it is pretty weak. And like I said, um, it is zero quality draft class. So the first year, which is this one coming up, is going to be kind of weak. Um, I can show you the prospects later, but I just feel like that's a lot of information that I don't want to get into before anything exciting. So yeah, there will be a college league, and then this league. The college league, I hope to do one game a week of, um, and then I'll do 3 games of the professional league, and we can just kind of keep a pulse on the league. The way I'm going to do the games is because 2K has built-in power rankings. So I've assigned, like, the first game we're going to do is Detroit versus Columbus. They had, well, for them, they were the first game of the season, so them. But then we have San Jose versus Atlanta and Fresno versus Houston. Just a little spoiler on some of the teams in the league. Um, so the teams, I added every single match from this coming opening week, and I calculated which 2 teams were the best on the power rankings to give the most interesting matches without overlapping teams. So yeah, that way we'll kind of get to see quality of the top talent. So like for example, Detroit plays this week. I'm not going to carry that over and not let Detroit play next week, so that way it's a little more incentive to be a good team because you get on national media is my thinking. Of course, 2K isn't going to know that and they don't care at all. But whatever, that's my way of thinking I'm incentivizing them. That'll be the same way I do the college. The college, I did I just searched up some power rankings and popular opinion on the best basketball schools. I think I got the top 25, and then I added a North American team, South America, Asia, Africa, Europe, Oceania. I don't know if that's 6, so maybe I only did 24 college teams. And so that's for international players. I'll try to assign them. It was way too much work for me to bother with immediately, so I haven't done it yet. But yeah, as we take things slower, that'll be hopefully how I do it. Anyone who's interested in making a player, feel free to sign up in the comments below. That'll be you'll go play in the college league, and I'll let you decide whether you want to stay a year or you can go straight to pros. The main way I've been doing it, with my 75 at least, I took the 30 oldest people and then the 45 best players, assuming they weren't included in the oldest people, which some were, but so the 45 best players according to EWA, which is an advanced statistic in 2K. It's just a single number metric to rank value. I think it's a pretty bad single stat metric to use, really, but it's all that 2K has, and I'm not going to actually go through the hundreds of players and pick out who I think are the best. So it'll still work. I mean, the guy with the highest EWA is probably close to an MVP caliber player. And yeah, so the first league is a little bit of, or the first year is a bit of a mess because a lot of the oldest guys are like 26, and then you got 30 young guys that were just generated from the draft class kind of thing. But without further ado, let us get into the teams. Starting in the Northwest, which is the messiest division. I tried to make all my teams based on metropolitan area. You'll see I didn't do it perfectly. Like we have like I wanted to do just America, and then I saw the Vancouver Sea Lions, and I'm like, oh, they're cool. And I'm from the Vancouver region, so I wanted to include them. But yeah, there's no Toronto, there's no Mexico City, stuff like that. Everything else is American. But yeah, there's not a lot of huge population cities in the Northwest. So there's Seattle, which was really the only one. And then I could have done like Northern California. I didn't have Portland listed. I kind of did it by state size and then the biggest cities of each state. So there's a lot of California teams and there's a lot of New York teams. Um, but yeah, it's not a perfect system. I do plan on moving teams around, especially this Northwest, because I don't know, it's just kind of ridiculous that Chicago and Detroit are, and St. Louis more than those two, are just having to travel to Vancouver and Seattle regularly and vice versa. So yeah, in the Northwest we have the Chicago Cyclones. I wanted a reference to the Windy City. I kind of tried to make all their names based on relevance to the city, but at the same time a lot of um, stuff like I don't know. I don't have the artistic ability to create these logos, so I just went through the team searcher and tried to find stuff. So like St. Louis Bombers, I didn't even search for St. Louis. They just happen to have a cool logo, and I'm like, all right. I don't know any kind of history about Bombers. Detroit Fish is no relevance. Seattle Martians weren't any relevance that I had thought of. So yeah, the Chicago Cyclones, the Vancouver Sea Lions, St. Louis Bombers, Detroit Fish, and the Seattle Martians are in the Northwest. In the inaugural season last year, the Detroit Fish, they have. I'll go over each team's jerseys and who their star player kind of thing is. Not that every team even has a star, but just their highest overall guy as I show off the jerseys. Um, yeah, Detroit, I feel like was they were the fourth seed, but I had them for high hopes. They have R.J. Barrett, who won MVP somehow. He had a good season. You can see in the bottom ticker right there, 21.6 points per game, but that's still third. It looked like Zion Williamson was truly the star, but I don't know. They didn't give it to him. He played 73 games, which maybe they weighed that in, but I'm like 73 is still perfectly good. They also have Bol, who is, if anyone's played 2K, I feel kind of overrated. Um, I don't know. He's just a great offensive weapon that's 7-2, and that's really broken in 2K. But he, at least accurate to 2K, was injured during the playoffs, and they actually lost in the first round as the fourth seed. So they'll be hoping for good health from Bol and hopefully another MVP season from RJ Barrett. Moving on to the next division, we have the Pacific, which is, yes, the I think five California teams. So we have Fresno Grizzlies. They're one of the coolest leagues or coolest teams. I wanted something to do with or at least they're one of my favorite teams. Oh, this is a bit of a error. I'll have to fix that. But so we've got the Fresno Grizzlies, the San Jose Gulls, who have the wrong logo. We'll fix that later, I guess. Um, so yeah, the San Jose Gulls, which kind of have like a disco bird kind of thing. I think I was messing around and actually accidentally put a train logo on, but that shouldn't be what they look like. Um, the Gulls, I didn't really have any kind of reference to. I just thought it was a nice logo. Grizzlies, I don't know if I'm repeating myself, but I wanted them to be associated with the national parks, Yosemite, and I don't know the other one. I'm not from California. San Francisco, the Bay, of course, very famous for. Los Angeles Reds, again, no real relevance. I wanted them to be kind of Hollywood related or like superstar diva kind of thing. I don't know. But I just saw a cool bird. Sacramento Dorados to do with the gold rush. And yeah, I don't really understand the Mexican guy or the luchador, but I actually saw this on the NBA 2K Reddit a while ago, and it just so happens that it popped up again. So shout out to whoever that guy was that made it. I'll be using it. we don't care about the Atlantic. The Southwest. This is another kind of frustrating one. So there's four Texas teams, but because of the imbalances of divisions or conferences, I threw Houston over into the East. But otherwise, we have the Phoenix Suns, which is, obviously an NBA team. There's a couple like that. I have the Orlando Magic and Boston Celtics as well. But they're kind of a unique twist on the logo. I don't know if this is actually an official logo, but I thought it looked really nice. Um, the Las Vegas Aces, to do with gambling. San Antonio Stampede. I would have liked something more Alamo related. I'll look deeper for that when I try to find more stuff in the future. The Austin Wranglers, a very big cow town. I think that's the city's nickname. Um, I don't know. I Wikipedia'd a lot of information about these towns because I don't know anything about a lot of American cities. The Dallas Barons, the oil industry, of course. So that worked well. I was pretty happy. Let's see. Moving on to the Atlantic in the east, we have the New York Skyliners because of all their skyscrapers. The Buffalo Wings, just because it's a dumb joke. I wanted a third kind of New York team in Queens, I was hoping, but there's actually no Queens art. Well, there's like two, but I don't know. It might be some kind of filtered word because like you can't do Wisconsin, and I don't know. Is it because of the word con in the like it's I don't know. The filter's kind of dumb. So yeah, the Buffalo Wings, just a silly logo that actually looks really nice. The Bronx Gangsters. Um, I was looking for something more. I think I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong area, but I wanted to do some reference to Coney Island with one of the three New York teams, but I couldn't get it. But Bronx Gangsters works. The Virginia Beach Storm. I was looking for more like surfers, but because I don't know, beach surfers, I thought would have been funny. But the Storm still works. And then the Boston Celtics are they're fine. In the Central Division, we have two Pennsylvania teams and two Ohio teams, which I feel like is maybe too much. I don't know. They are big cities, but still. The Baltimore Union. I don't really know anything about Baltimore. I just nice logo. Same with the Bats. I didn't have any real reason for them. Pittsburgh Hammers, though, big steel working city. The Columbus Aviators, which is where the Wright brothers are from, created Flight. Um, and then the Philadelphia Flight, which is kind of redundant, and I feel like I should definitely find some kind of Liberty Bell reference or something with one of the Philadelphia logos. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff I still want to change, but just to get us off the ground. Moving into the final division, the Southeast, we have the three Florida teams, and then Atlanta and Houston. Houston is another team I want to kind of change to a uh, NASA reference, like the Houston Rockets kind of thing, but obviously I don't want to be the exact same team. Orlando Magic, I would like something Disney, but Magic is kind of still like that, so Magic is actually one I really want to keep. I think this logo is pretty sweet as well. And the Miami Night Owls, I wanted something more Cubans. I saw like a default pig one that I was gonna work with because I don't know the Bay of Pigs, but the Night Owls are cool too. But I'd still like to, I don't know, have more of a reference to Cuban culture. Tampa Bay Flamingos. I wanted something to do with the lightning storms, but again, you'll see you can not really see the tiny logo on the left, but there's a little thunderbolt in the logo. So I'm like, okay, very cool. We've got bolts. And then the Atlanta Aliens, a reference to Outcast. It took me a while to blink. AT Aliens, I think, is a I don't know, just a funny reference. I'm not a huge rap guy, but I really liked seeing that. It made me chuckle, and I don't think I'll give that one up. But at the same time, we have the Seattle Martians, so I will have to change that. I think because it's a little too redundant to have two Martians and then hopefully a Houston space team. But Seattle will be definitely the one to move to something regarding Windows. I don't know. But yeah, those are all the teams. We'll go over the jerseys quickly here, or as quickly as I can with cropping these out. Relocation design uniforms. So starting with the Detroit Fish, they'll be the first team we see. They have, of course, the reigning MVP RJ Barrett. Sometimes these jerseys take a little time to load. But yeah, they're a pink and I don't know, oddly green team, but I kind of like it. It's unique. And I don't know if every team has an alternate uniform. Okay, the Detroit do, and it's pretty nice. So yeah, that's the Detroit Fish with a giant last name. Moving on to the next team should be the Las Vegas Aces. They have, with the fourth pick somehow, drafted Luka Doncic, and if anyone's following the NBA right now, that is going to be a lovely little player they've gotten. Um, and I think I don't know how the draft went. Luka was somewhere around fourth, but DeAndre Ayton, who was the number one pick, he also fell to third. I think, yeah, he's on the next team. We'll see the Virginia Beach Storm. But yeah, there's the Aces jersey, just kind of clean and simple, like a playing card. This Las Vegas makes me kind of think of TripAdvisor too much. They're sponsored by Google, apparently. Moving on to the Virginia Beach Storm. Like I said, we'll have DeAndre Ayton here. The third pick, they're very clean, very professional. Kind of makes me think a little Regal. I think this is just a loading error. They should have a different jersey. Yeah. Um, yeah, Virginia Beach Storm, sponsored by General Mills. And a nice little cream colored alternate jersey. Um, yeah, some of these I just went with because they look so professional. Far better than, a guy like me who's uploaded something like this and doesn't have any actual artistic ability. Seattle Martians, that is Jarrett Culver, another rookie. No, he's a second year player. It's tricky because actual rookies are second year players and last year's rookies are real rookies. Kind of a simple jersey, but like I said, we'll hopefully be changing them. He's got some nice alien shoes though. For the Phoenix Suns, we have Dylan Windler. So like we've seen kind of some stars here: Barrett, Doncic, Ayton, Culver. There's definitely some teams that do not have that star power. Phoenix, of course, being one of them. Something I forgot to do when I started this league was reset the traded draft picks. So some teams will just have a natural bias because those carried over. But yeah, these are some, I don't know, just some clean, nice Suns jerseys. Very simple. I like it. Los Angeles Reds have Mitchell Robinson, who I think is, I don't know how he'll do in 2K, of course, but I think he's going to become a great NBA player. Oh, that's strange. I think that was a loading error. I don't know. Definitely sponsored by Costco, it appears. Kansas? I don't know. This might be something I have to work on. I didn't thoroughly go through every jersey. Vancouver Lions, they have Jaren Jackson Jr. Another guy like Mitchell Robinson, I kind of got lost on what I was talking about with him, but I think he'll become a great NBA player. But as your best player on a team with no real talent, which is every team in this league, they might struggle because they can't really generate their own offense. It's the San Francisco Gulls. What's going on here? Yeah, so the problem is I downloaded this other team's logo. I'm gonna fix that right now, which will be a little frustrating because searching for this stuff is very random. So I have to search Jose because San will just throw in any kind of San Francisco, and then there's no ordering of how these teams come. There we are. San Jose Gulls. And hopefully this jersey looks a little nicer. So yeah, the San Jose Gulls, starred by Romeo Langford, looking a little better. There's not a massive NBA logo slapped in the middle of his chest. Kind of a odd jersey, actually. But yeah, moving on. We have, I think those are supposed to be like it is a retro team, so they're kind of wearing those women's aerobics outfits that they used to be popular. The Bay has number one pick Ja Morant because Zion was not picked number one. In fact, he wasn't even picked top three. He was number four, but we'll get to him later. Moving on, we have the Fresno Grizzlies, who are defending NBA champions, actually. They came from the East because the conferences were a mess last year, and 4-3 over, who was it? The Seattle Aliens in the West. But yeah, so they're the defending champion, and they have a lot of actual NBA players. I think they will be good again. Here is Nikhil Alexander Walker, who's not exactly a star yet, but yeah, I think they have 6 NBA players, and that'll help them a lot. They also have Rui Hachimura and oh, I don't remember his name, but he won Nicholas Claxton. He won I want to say Defensive Player of the Year, and Hachimura, of course, has a high ceiling. Moving into his second year in this league, he may continue to grow. Here we have the Sacramento Dorados, jerseys that are struggling to load. Unfortunately, this game is a little bulky. But yeah, that is Sacramento with Nasir Little, who I believe plays for Portland. Oops, I went back. On to Houston. In the East, we have the star of the league, Zion Williamson, which is fitting that they have a star jersey as well. He's also teammates with Jackson Hayes, which is a nice little New Orleans Pelicans buddy that traveled with him. Very nice jerseys. San Antonio Stampede are next. They have Cameron Johnson, Cam Johnson. Got some nice Air Jordans on. I don't know, they stood out to me pretty quickly here, so I like the way those came out. Dallas Barons with Alan Smilagic, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I believe he's on the Warriors as a random kind of G League call up guy, but from what I've heard, he has some potential in the NBA. Maybe not anything that will ever translate to minutes, but I think a lot of people are high on his skill set as an immediate role player. The St. Louis Bombers here with DeAnthony Melton. Didn't mean to customize the jersey, but they've got a very nice. I don't know. I always like this. Well, this looks a little weird. This golden tights, like a Peter Pan kind of thing. But I always like this creamy goldish yellow with the navy blue. I don't know what the colors are a reference to, but as a Canadian, I know the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, so that exact color, and of course Bombers as well. So I don't know. I guess it's definitely something. The Austin Wranglers here with Kevin Knox the third out of New York, who is not someone I'm too high on, but it's a new league. He's got a new place to establish himself. He's sponsored by Dell. The world's his oyster. Loading times are a little frustrating when I'm trying to race through things. I don't know what a lot of these jerseys look like because I haven't done this. I was really excited for Orlando, I was going to say. Here's Brandon Clark, another guy that I think is going to be a lot better than people expect. But I don't know if that's just Brandon Clark, but I'm like, this is a strange torso we have here. Um, and very short shorts, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just Brandon Clark's body, maybe, but that was kind of disappointing of a jersey. Miami Night Owls here, Wendell Carter Jr. They also have Michael Porter Jr. A lot of juniors with very long names. They, of course, have their kind of neon Miami Vice colors, which is definitely something I could keep with the Miami theme, but I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of overdone with Miami. Like, I think there's more to the city than just having neon lights and Miami Vice. But moving on, we have the Tampa Bay Flamingos, Mo Bamba as their star. Again, another big center who doesn't really have the skill set to really carry a team, but you can see that little thunderbolt I was talking about. Subway as their sponsor. And it looks like no alternate jersey. Okay. The Baltimore Union. I have to do some research on Baltimore. I don't. They're really big on this checkered pattern, and I know it's like on their flag, but I don't know. It's a very unaesthetic thing in general, I would say, and they really seem to be going all in on it. This is, of course, Darius Garland representing them. And I quite like their alternate jersey, a little black one. The Buffalo Wings, kind of the joke team. They have Talon Horton Tucker. I believe he's on the Lakers. I don't think he's actually played yet. A monstrous wingspan in real life. He kind of looks like an ogre with his build, such monstrous shoulders and huge brick hands. But I don't think he's got the skill set to lead a team to any kind of victory. Um, yeah, they just seem to be kind of going with a hot wig theme, which is fine. I hate this blue that sometimes pops into jerseys. I don't know if that's gonna happen when we're actually playing the game. I might have to go in and edit things. Here's Matisse Thybulle, the 76ers defensive star. Um, New York skyline. Yeah, we'll see. We're almost done here. I think there's 8 more teams. Maybe 9, I think actually. Philadelphia Flight. They have. I don't know who's gonna show up here actually. Okay, Trae Young. Trae Young is of course their star. They are really shallow after him. They don't really have any other player, and unfortunately, he has broken his vertebrae in the summer league. I guess he is out for 2 to 4 months, so they will be in a real dark place until he gets back. They're currently last in the power rankings. And yeah, Trae has yet to even play a game in his NBA career because, of course, the second year players in real life are rookies in this league. So there will be no Luka versus Trae for this season unless he happens to have a monstrous last couple months. This is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for the Pittsburgh Hammers. With their classic black and yellow theme that they have in all their teams, the Penguins and the Steelers, and the Pirates of baseball. Moving on, we have the Chicago Cyclone. DeAndre Hunter here. Kind of a Bulls color, but it's fine. The Bulls don't exist here. feel like the Cyclones might be a little tricky to read, especially their last name. Do they not have one? That's a odd aesthetic choice. But moving on, Boston Celtics. Again, I'd like to change. I don't know. I kind of want to change like the Phoenix Suns, Boston, and Orlando, just because I want there to be no references to NBA. But I did try to pick ones that weren't actual NBA official art. This might be, and I just don't know because a lot of teams seem to have second and third, kind of fourth tertiary logos. But yeah, here's Marvin Bagley. Next, we have the Columbus Aviators, Kobe White. And like I was saying, a lot of these guys are kind of, I feel, big men with no skill set, where I think Kobe White is such a scorer that even though he's not a terribly refined player, um, I think they might be able to get a lot of wins out of him because of just how good of a scorer he is. The Cleveland Bats. I don't know. I was thinking Canton, Ohio has the Hall of Fame, but then I'm like, no way, that's NFL, and the Basketball Hall of Fame is in New York. So the Bats makes um, no real relevance sense. That is who's that? Tyler Hero. He's having a good season here in not here, but out in Miami. And then the AT Aliens with PJ Washington of the Charlotte Hornets. Loading times can be tough. They actually really like these jerseys. Quite clean while being also extremely unique for a color set. Finally, the Bronx Gangsters with Seko Doumbouya of the Pistons. Got kind of an Indiana Pacers look there. But I suppose any yellow team with pinstripes is. I noticed these sponsors are just kind of like, I mean, they're just people that made them for themselves. Kind of random. Like, I don't know if Microsoft is going to be sponsoring the Bronx. But that is our 30 teams, 30 jerseys. And without further ado, let's get the season started. We'll go over the rosters of the teams that play as we get to them. So, first off, we have the Detroit Fish versus Columbus Aviators, as I said. They have Bol Bol healthy again, RJ Barrett, and Colin Sexton. I don't know who a lot of these people are. Marcos Lozada Silva, Daniel Gafford, Zaire Smith, and then a lot of just randomly generated guys. And then for the who is it? Columbus Aviators, who they'll be facing, they have Kobe White and not a lot else. The Fish are the number one ranked team in the power rankings, so they could be a bit of a problem. Um, Let me just show the other teams that we'll be looking at quickly. We have San Jose versus Atlanta, or yeah, Atlanta. Did I pass them? I did. So Atlanta has Kevin Porter Jr. Oh, I thought I said he was on a different team. So yeah, Marquise Bolden, P.J. Washington, Kevin Porter Jr., and I don't know if these are Chimezi Metu. I'm not 100%. Jordan Poole, and I don't recognize a lot of these other guys. And San Jose. They were one of the earlier teams. I wish there was an easier way to get to this. And I might have passed them already. I know I did. So I was trying to look for the word San Jose. But there's the Gulls. Devontae Graham, Romeo Langford, and Skip Bayless' son. Yeah, they don't have too much NBA talent here, unless I don't recognize Troy Brown Jr., because he looks like a real face. Versus Atlanta, we already went over. Fresno versus Houston. So Fresno, I think, has the most NBA guys. Terrence Davis, Nikhil Alexander Walker, Luka Samanic, Nicholas Claxton, who I believe is the Defensive Player of the Year, Rui Hachimura. Those two were able to win their NBA championship their rookie years. Kevin Herter, and yeah, okay, that's it. But that's still, I feel, quite a bit more stacked. Like, for comparison, the Philadelphia Flight, who have the injured Trae Young, their best player right now is 68 overall, and their worst player on the Fresno Grizzlies is 69. They'll be facing the Houston Lawmen. They have Jalen Brunson, Miles Bridges, Zion Williamson, and Jackson Hayes. I believe Houston is, yeah. Fresno and Houston are tied for second, along with Atlanta in the power rankings. The power rankings were a little confusing, but yeah. So those Fresno versus Houston should be a very good match. Zion Williamson is the best player in the league overall wise. Luka for the Las Vegas Aces is, I believe, second, but we'll see how he does. Um, Las Vegas is quite a low-ranked team. But yeah, let's get our first match underway. We have Detroit versus Columbus. The Fish versus the Aviators. I will not be playing any games. It's kind of frustrating here. I just edited other teams. You can clearly tell this is Oklahoma City and this is Toronto. But without further ado, we can see the head of the matchups. RJ Barrett versus Bernard O'Connor seems like a huge mismatch. And really, it seems like the Detroit Fish should walk away with this one unless Kobe White can kind of carry this team on his back. Like I said, Detroit is the number one ranked team in the NBA with reigning MVP. The Columbus Aviators are. This will take me a second. Yeah, what's that? Columbus is ranked 18th in the NBA, but this is the opening tip-off game. Uh, Sorry, I didn't want to. Yeah, so I didn't want to talk over anyone. You can see the stats last season. That'll be largely irrelevant for a lot of people. The in-game stats won't be, or I mean the player stats, but the team stats. Because I mean this new draft class completely rewrites the like playing field. Um, but yeah, I didn't want to talk over the 2K TV is why I just stopped in the middle of a sentence. But yeah, this is the opening game of the season. I've muted 2K audio because I'm pretty sure it doesn't even show up in game, but you can see Shaq and Ernie Johnson moving their lips. Kenny Smith has got something to say. He's he's not sure how Columbus will do, but he's excited to see the reigning MVP Detroit Fish. Wow, an update at a perfect time. But yeah, RJ Barrett take hold of this league again. The Nationwide Arena here in Columbus. I'm very frustrated with this update required. Literally as soon as I started the game. And in fact, once this little intro goes away, I'm going to quit the game and restart. You can see the Detroit schedule. We won't be watching any of these games until next week, which I think will be November 1st. So maybe the Martians or the Union will get to see. There's RJ Barrett with Big Boy Bull Bull behind him. I was reading a little story about his older brother, Madut Bull or something. Just the other day, actually. quite get to see that coaching record. But yeah, let's quit this, get rid of this update required message, and we will be back with the tip-off and the beginning to a new fictional basketball league. All right, we are back getting ready for the tip-off. Yeah, these last names are as massive as they looked. I thought maybe they'd be a little different. We'll have to edit that after the game. Tip-off, I won't be able to recognize a lot of these players because a lot of them aren't even real, but I'll try to do my best, and hopefully by the end of the season I will remember them. Bol Bol does not win the tip. Fisher giving it up to Kobe White, the star of the Aviators, and we'll see what he can do versus tanned Steph Curry. I the game settings are just default pro, but I do plan on editing them. Um, Probably on a game by game basis, maybe a week by week, just to get a better sample size. But yeah, I do want stats to be kind of, or like team stats to be kind of similar to an actual NBA game. And with the lower talent level and the fact that these are just random people, that might not be so reliable. And I might have to change some arena sounds if they're gonna have a giant truck horn every miss. Well, Columbus off to a quick 4-0 start in 1 minute, but it is a game of ebbs and flows. Here's our MVP with a poor look, but it goes in. I guess it's only poor if it misses. Kobe White bringing it up. A giant truck horn for a screen. He gets blocked by, I don't know who this point guard is. He looks quite large though. Barrett bringing it in for the first 4 points for the Fish now. 2 for 2. But yeah, whoever, I guess he's not the point guard because we have Darius Garland here, hopefully. But yeah, this guy blocks him again. Um, I think he is a guard, but he is quite tall. What is that last name? It is so hard to read. And there's Tim Duncan, the assistant coach for the Aviators. These sounds are ridiculous. Fisher with the ball, pivoting around, not really making any offense. Waiting for horns, and they get it to Houston on the last second. Cut off a screen. I don't see who the screened was. I just heard a giant truck horn and got annoyed. Colin Sexton bringing it up. Sorry, yeah, that's Sexton, not Darius Garland. I need to figure out a way to get the motions or offenses having more motion because there's a lot of just 5 seconds of standing around there, and it is boring to watch. All tied up here, 2 minutes and a half gone by. I think that's Nick Nurse there for the Aviators. So yeah, Tim Duncan must be on the fish. My God, that is obnoxious. Houston with a very low release. And this is a joke. Who would do this audio? But yeah, hustle by Fisher, who is their center, I believe. No, he's not. He must be their power forward. Bull, not sure what he wants to do. Hanging out in the worst zone in terms of field goal effectiveness. Yeah, he'll take the extremely long two to tie the game up. Houston bringing it up, finds Fisher open. He doesn't take the shot, even though he is apparently a three-point shooter. He drives it into a 7'2" Bull, and whoever this other guy is that has 2 blocks on the game. But he draws a foul, and Dedrick Fisher will take his 2 shots. First free throws of the season. 63% shooter, judging by the little bar up there. I'll just fast forward these. %, but it goes in, and he's 2 for 2. Been kind of a back and forth game so far. Both teams scoring pretty well here. I don't know if I'll have to make that more difficult as it is on the pro difficulty. RJ Barrett just ISOing, but he gets stripped by O'Connor. White bringing it up, and he finishes around Colin Sexton, who is not the greatest defender. Sorry, just reading the comment. Colin Sexton with a wide open 3. Doesn't go. Kobe White brings it in, pushes it up at the floor to Houston for the transition 3. Cha-ching as the stadium goes. Columbus on a quick 7-0 run here. Might even be 8-0. I mean 9-0. But Colin Sexton puts an end to that with a little floater. It's now 15-10 with 7 minutes remaining. A nice little dish inside to O'Connor, but the pass is a little low. O'Connor tries to finish around RJ Barrett, but it's no good. He pushes it up to their shooting guard, Mr. Silva. Kobe White contests it, and he can't finish. Ball back in the Aviators' hand. White settling things down. Houston here in the mid-range. These screens, boy. He's got the switch onto the power forward, who seems like a very competent perimeter defender, whoever this guy is. White will have to take the last second shot, and it is not any good from 3. RJ Barrett pushing it up. Gives it up to Colin Sexton. Back to Barrett. Over to Gafford, who is apparently their power forward. Bull here in the paint. Terrible contested shot. He is not the strongest guy for a 7'2" player, as anyone who's seen him can tell. And he gets bodied off his little hook shot from range by Mr. Wood. Kobe White here, draining the clock down, as is custom in 2K. Looking for a 35-foot shot, and it's no good at the buzzer. Silva bringing it up. Tries to penetrate, sees Bowl in the corner, and he is a good shooter, but not going to make it. These horns. O'Connor's got an open lane. He takes the free throw jumper, and it is long and off the back rim. Bowl brings it in. Sexton pushing it up. He's got the inside, and he finishes around Kobe White. Got some subs on the sideline, and the Aviators call their first time out. Mr. Nick Nurse. It's a 15-12 game. 7 minutes in. Columbus with the lead at home. We will skip these timeouts because I have better things to do with a minute than watch children dance. Here is Fisher. I didn't actually look at the subs on the bottom. Still got Kobe White in. And 3 new guys for the Aviators. Still have Sexton and Barrett, as far as I can tell, for the Fish. And 3 new guys for them as well. I believe they have the deeper team as well as the better starting lineup, the Fish, so they might be able to get back in the lead here. Barrett takes kind of a off-balance last-second jumper that doesn't go. Blunt, I don't know how to say it. Gives it up to Kobe, and he gets 2 more points to extend the lead to 5 for Columbus. Sorry if this commentary is a little static. I don't know a lot of people, but I can try my best. And I'm sure with time I'll eventually learn them a lot better. Yikes. Terrible take by the backup center Gonzalez, and it's another miss for the Fish. Blount seems to have the size mismatch over Colin Sexton, but he gives it up to Kobe, who's guarded by Barrett. Stays with him through the screen. Got a big ISO play here. RJ Barrett's not the weakest defender, so I don't know if this is the play to make. And it does not seem to have been the play to make. Colin Sexton bringing it up quickly here, even though it's not an advantageous situation. As a Booker takes a underhanded layup, but it doesn't go in. Good defense on the inside. Kobe White trying another ISO play here. Gets a screen from their center. I don't know. Booker pulls up from the line, misses, but gets his own rebound, and it's back in Columbus's hands. 7 seconds on the clock. Kobe White gets the screen, drives left, and pulls up for a long 2, which is a green light. Got to make one of these terrible shots. This is Zaire Smith, I believe, was the backup for the Fish. I know Zaire is a backup for some team. Colin Sexton gets the screen from Barrett. Barrett rolls, gets the pass, but it's deflected. But he manages to save it. Booker with 10 seconds, looking to post up. I can't see who this is. Oh, Zaire Smith, okay. 1 second. I don't believe he's a great shooter, and he does not make the long... Oh, Gonzalez tips the outlet pass. Tries to take it up twice. Keeps missing. And no points come out of it. Oh. Love tries to drive in, but RJ Barrett there with the contest. Zaire pushing it up. It is a 3-on-2. Colin Sexton passes it up to Booker. And their advantage is gone, but he's still in close. Cannot finish. Gets his own rebound. Booker, the Fish in general are killing them on the boards right now, but they cannot hit a shot. I think that is... Oh, I was going to say 6 misses in a row, but it's definitely longer than that if you consider all their previous plays. Both teams are really struggling here, though. And that's definitely, well, I don't think I need to increase shot, like how many shots fall. I just need to get a way to get the AIs running plays like all the time because everything's so static here. And I know I can do that. I can edit the coach settings to run plays, and I definitely have to do that. Here's a little man open for three, but he doesn't take it. Cody White does, but it's long. Barrett brings it up, and they got Colin Sexton wide open in the corner, who does not bother stepping to the 3-point line and just fires a long corner two. Blount to White. He's got some space, but he's going to dribble it. Tries to get a screen, gets the switch. He easily drives by whoever the center or power forward is. And Columbus has got 21 points with 20 or 36 seconds left in the first. RJ Barrett gives it inside to Booker, and he is not being covered well. They finally score. I guess they scored right before that too, but finally points are going in. It's going to be a low-scoring game by the looks of it. Kobe White dribbling it in. He's got a very close look, gives it up to Little, who takes a contested floating layup, but it goes in. 13 seconds left. If I know 2K AI, they will stand still at the logo. Oh no, they're moving in. I was going to say and wait till the last second to drop a play. Those half-court heaves seem to really go in a lot this game. Like, just in 2K in general, I mean. I see the blimp up there still says the Toronto Raptors. Glad that was edited. Anyways, 23-16 after the first quarter. The Fish are losing. They definitely are the bigger team. They get a lot more offensive boards by the looks of it, but they're just standing still and not really creating any offense, whereas Kobe White is able to penetrate and either get his own points or find someone, it feels like. Let us skip these cheerleaders. My bad. Got a couple new players in by the looks of it. Evans Trois and Zaire Smith. And yeah, I don't recognize anyone on the court now, so my play calling will be even worse. I do know Gonzalez here rolling inside. Yes, not a very good pick and roll defense. Both men covered the ball handler, and no one rotated over to cover for Gonzalez as he cut in. Oof, Bowman had the wide open lane but pulled up from the free throw line for some reason. Zaire pushing it, sees Evans in the corner, and it is a long, low efficiency two. This is not the kind of basketball I'm used to watching. Bowman here, he's been getting into the lane pretty easily, but settles for these mid-range free throwers. Scores his first points, though, I believe, unless I am not remembering a basket earlier. And it's 25-24 the Aviators. We need to find a shorter little nickname to give the Aviators. Zaire Smith trying to drive in. Another ISO play. Got a screen there on the left side. Evans gets his open too, but it is no good. Pass was a little slow, and they were able to contest it. Another free throw jumper for the Aviators. It's no good. Smith and the 1-on-1. He does not finish over Fisher. And Lowe will now bring it up for the Aviators. Dribbles it out to the logo. Passes it to Fisher. Now Fisher dribbles it around. Lowe's got the open lane, but does not get by his guy. Finishes contested, though, over whoever this black number 3 guy is for the Fish. Fish passing it around. Smith going left side. Gets the switch. Gonzalez with the layup over the point guard. And he finishes. Bull there on the sideline looking to come back in. You got Bowman just ISOing, which this game loves. Loses his dribble, has to pass it over to Lowe, to Fisher, and back we are again with this guy whose name I don't remember. Interesting. Gets his own rebound and draws a foul over Arn Zaire Smith. Yeah, this Bowman, I don't know. I mean, the game loves ISOing, but he's been getting by Zaire and whoever's been defending him pretty easily this season. There's some season stats that seem to really favor the Aviators, I think it was. But like I said, a lot of last season stats are not relevant right now. Bull checking in, takes a very contested layup over Wood, who has been able to body him up pretty easily, it feels like. But he will keep trying. He does have a good shooting touch. In real life, Silva blows by his guy and gets the lay-in off the glass. Both teams shooting sub 40%. Long twos will do that for you. Houston with that Devin Booker drive from super far away, gathering his 3 steps. Not gathering, but taking his 3 steps to get momentum. Bowman with another contested free throw jumper. Heavily contested, and it's no good. Silva trying to drive in, and he gets pretty close to the rim, but it is no good. He is well defended against, and Wood brings it in. O'Connor pushing it up, back to Bowman. And yeah, there he goes again, able to get inside. But not able to finish in traffic, which he shouldn't expect to be able to do. Is that Barrett? No. It might have been, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Barrett's off, though. Lance Stevenson looking guy. Back to Bowman, who loves having the ball in his hands. Gives it to the center, Wood, who is in a terrible spot. And another buzzer beater 3. That is no good. Silva finds Shyok. I don't know how you say that last name. Shayoke. Takes a wide open 3 out of nowhere. That's a better shot than most teams are putting up. Most players are putting up for either teams, I should say. Houston trying to dribble around people. Bowman with 4 seconds left on the clock. Another buzzer beater situation. He's heavily contested by a 7-2 center, and the 3 does not go for him. Shyok strips it out a little as he gets the putback, or the putback, I guess. And he will be handling the ball for now. He does not seem to have gotten the ball much, but that was a really nice drive, actually. Soft little kiss off the glass and in. Shyok for 2. So far, I've liked his shot selection more than anyone in this game, but it has only been 2 shots. Houston drives in, has a little open for 3, and it is no good. Here's Shyok again. Gives to Evans, the 3rd on the right side. He gets inside, but is not able to finish. So close. O'Connor, I don't know, he seemed to bully Shyok and then take a long 3, or a long fadeaway, I should say. Evans gets past his defender, and the Fish have almost tied this game up. Toronto Raptors blimp. Oh, I get, because they were singing the Canadian anthem when I restarted the game, and I'm like, I guess, yeah, we're Toronto. So we got Sexton back in with Bull. Bowman almost loses his own dribble undefended. Bull not stepping up really for the contest. And Wood not able to finish the offensive board. Sexton finds Silva for a nice little dish. 14-6 run over the last 6.5 minutes for the Fish, and they retake the lead. Aviators struggling this quarter. But as I say that, Courtney Houston finds an easy layup after a nice find by Bowman. Silva will show off his dribbling move, stand in one place, and take a heavily contested layup that gets blocked. But he gets the board, gives it to Gafford, and he's not able to finish. O'Connor bringing the ball up. He takes a three quick into the shot clock, and it is good. Columbus with 5 straight points to reclaim their lead. RJ Barrett looking like he wants to come in. Sexton gets a spin move past his man, but it is deflected by Wood and out of bounds. Yes, RJ Barrett. Just making sure. Sexton on the left side. 16 seconds left on the clock. Finds Bowl. Gives it to Silva. Bowl open for 3, and he makes it. I believe that is the Fish's first 3-pointer of the season. Monstrous screen. Bowman picks up his dribble. Wood given tons of space by Bowl, but he is not shooting that. Kobe White wide open from the free throw line, cannot make it. Sexton stands still, waits for a screen. Bowl cuts in, gets the ball, and can't finish the layup. Wood there enough to bother his shot. Kobe White brings it back up for Columbus, looking to go ahead by more than 1 point. Dishes it to Bowman. Gets another screen. Bowman with a step back corner 3. No good. Silva bringing it up quickly. Sees Barrett cutting. And Detroit is back in the lead. 35-34. 3 minutes to go left in the half. Bowman with a wide open lane. Bobo watches as this all happens. Got another lead change. RJ Barrett gets a screen from Bowl left side. And they get rid of their advantage by standing completely still. Terrible pass by Silva. Wood steps in front of it. And a fast break is no good as Little is defended by Gafford and blows the layup. And the Fish bring it right back. Silva gets the feed and dunks it. Second dunk of the game for him and for either team, I believe. White shakes Sexton and then just lives with his success. Gives it to Bowman. Bowl fouls him as he tries to drive inside. Low with the open 3, no good. Sexton will bring it up. He's got a, oh, no, stutters. I don't know what this is. Okay. Sexton with a pump fake gets White to jump, and he's able to lay it in. And the Fish are now over 40% as the Aviators struggle to stay above 30. You'll love to see all these misses. Blount double teamed. We'll dribble it in their faces. Kobe White with a fadeaway at the last second. No good. Barrett brings it up for the Fish. Sees Zaire Smith, who tries to drive it into the center Wood. But Wood gets his second steal of the game. He is on fire right now. He's got his glass cleaner takeover activated. Kobe White drives it into 3 people, and it's no good. 100% smothered. That'll happen. Alley-oop to Zaire, who drops it in. 5-point lead by the Fish. Columbus has not been good. I think they've scored 10 points this quarter, maybe 12, which is too bad as they were the underdogs. There's a basket right there, as I say. Anything negative. I didn't see who that was. It's their power forward. I don't know most people's names, though. Colin Sexton, looking like he wants to wind the clock down a bit. Nope, he's going straight in, into 3 defenders, and he's not that contested, actually. Last play of the half, we'll see. Coby White, not looking like he wants to save any time. Changes his mind. He dribbles it all the way out after getting to the free throw line. 10 seconds left in the half. Looking for the screen, or not, I don't know. There it is with 3 seconds left. Doesn't use it and just fires a long three. 43-38, the score at halftime. And I will try to fast forward to the stats without skipping anything. Here's some highlights. I don't know this guy's name. He gets the transition 3. Here's a long 2 by Houston. Just been the story of the game. So yeah, seems actually pretty even. Colin Sexton has 8 points, 4 assists. And those stats are kind of quick for how little I care about everything else. A little bike stuntsman who I don't care about much. Let's get our second half underway. RJ Barrett gives it up to Colin Sexton to start. He'll bring it up, screen by Bol on the right. He gets inside, passes it up to Bol, and Wood is there to contest, but he draws the foul, and Bol will shoot some free throws. And he's got them both. Fish put their lead up to 7. Here comes the Aviators with their first play of the half. Coby White drives into Bol, breaks his ankles, and does not finish over Colin Sexton's defense. RJ Barrett walks in, and that's another easy 2 for the Fish. Got 10 points, I believe. He's the first one into double digits. Coby White for a long 2, no good. Bol brings it in, and Silva is pushing the floor. Brings it in all the way by himself and finishes over Coby White. The Fish off to a hot start here to start. A little redundant, but they are up by 11. Coby White spins into Colin Sexton, realizes it doesn't work, gives up to Fisher. Coby White gets a wide open lane. Some interesting defense so far to start this half, but I'd rather watch that than what I did see in the first. Bol to Gafford, over to Barrett. Here comes Bol, posting up, the big man. And Wood is not going to let that shit go in here. Houston looking like he wants to dribble out of bounds. But he manages to not do that and has given it up to Coby White after wasting 14 seconds on the clock. Colin Sexton on him. Houston gets loose off the screen, but then just kind of cuts inside, so he's defended. Colin Sexton wide open for a long 2. It's no good, but Gafford has the board. Is fouled by O'Connor, and he will now shoot 2. Misses the first. And the second. No points there. O'Connor tries to bring it in. He is hit by a truck. Coby White got the mismatch, but passes it up to Fisher, who has arguably Detroit's best man defender on him. Houston gets a switch. RJ Barrett now on him. 3 seconds left. Heavily contested. And airballs the three off the backboard. So I don't know if that's considered an airball. Last season, Kobe, 5th in assists, 11th in steals. From my simulation tests in other leagues, turnovers are pretty hard to come by. I'll have to change that for sure. So we'll see more Kobe strips, I'm sure. Kobe White with the ball. Brings it up at the free throw line, contested as this game loves to do. Colin Sexton looking to return the favor. Goes right side. Contested by Houston, loses the ball, keeps dribbling. He's wasted 14 seconds, gives it up to RJ Barrett. And Silva with an open three, does not go. Connor grabs a long board, and he will try to bring it in himself. He's got Wood cutting in, tries to bounce it to him, but it is deflected off of Gafford and out of bounds. Some subs happening. Colin Sexton is out. Shyok is in. Sexton can't even find his chair. He's so devastated by how... What's going on? White's got the ball on the three-point line. Stays still, gives it to the center Wood. Here's some Houston, I think. But he does not get the pass. Cutting in. White with the one-legged shot put shot, heavily contested with time winding down from the free throw line. It's no good. 5 for 22 on the game. It's brutal. Shyok tries a heavily contested little fadeaway. Kobe White open. It is good. 6 for 23. He is shooting his team in the foot. Silva with the ball now. Euros his way in and finishes. Very nice move. He's 5 for 10. There we go. Got a couple people over 10 points now. Kobe White versus Shyok. Houston wide open for 3. Gets to go. They are now down by 6. And Detroit brings it back up. Barrett with the ball. Kobe Arnhem. Kobe looks quite big, but from what I've heard, he has a very small wingspan, so he doesn't really defend like a 6'4 guard or 6'5 or however big he is, plus his hair. And while I don't know if 2K will translate that into their game, oof, I see that animation and I just think, oh, here he goes with his absolutely bullies Bol Kobe as he drives in. I thought he was going to do an over in the back there. Shooting 29% on the night after his last 3 makes. Might have been 2, but I feel like he's 3 for 3 over the last. Bol with a terrible look. And Wood gets another board. He's been shutting down Bol, and I believe he's only like a 68 overall. Kobe finds Houston inside, but he is not able to get the lay-in, and Shyok is looking to push the tempo. And then just like that, stops on a dime. RJ Barrett with the ball now, down to 12 seconds on the clock. Sees Bol inside. Wood jumps. And he fouls Mr. Bol, who will shoot his 3rd and 4th free throws. Perfect on the night. At least from the free throw line. He is 2 for 8 in game. 4 for 4 from the line now. Kobe bringing the ball up. New faces. I don't recognize a lot of people again. Here's Gafford trying to arm him. Bol comes over to help. Kobe passes it up to Little. Kobe wide open as Gafford lost him, but he cannot finish. Bol with the board, and Silva brings it up. Oh, gets stripped by Houston, I want to say. Bowman. Houston and Bowman kind of look too similar for me. Bowman on the left. He's lost his dribble. Passes it up to Little, who loses his dribble as well and takes the little 10-foot shot, but it is no good. Silva coming up on the right side. Sees Shyok. Gets the screen from Bol. He's open, but not a great release, and he does not get it to go in from 3. Kobe on the long board. Blount with the ball on the left side. Shovels it over to Bowman. Gets bumped off his dribble. Little back to Bowman. Little with the screen. Bowman wasting precious time off the clock. Loses his dribble again. Kobe in the corner. Has to take a contested 3. That does not go. Gafford up to Evans. It's a 3-on-2. And Evans takes it himself, but does not finish. Bowman on the board. Got 4:39 left on the clock. So many picked up dribbles. The Fish up by 8. 4:32 in the third. Bowman with 4 seconds. Takes a 3, does not go, and Bol brings it in. Silva up to Evans. Kobe doesn't even bother defending him as Evans walks in and finishes over Blount with the underhanded layup. Aviators shooting 20 for 66 now, right on 30%. Kobe drives in and gets Bol to foul him, but does not finish. Shoot 2. I believe these are his first 2. 1 for 1 if I am correct. And 2 for 2 if I continue my streak of being correct. Zaire Smith with the ball. He's in now. Got Gonzalez at center. And I don't recognize a lot of other people. They still got Shyok. That's Evans the third. Screen from Gonzalez. Kobe drops way off him, but Evans not looking to shoot. Gives it to Gonzalez, who takes a very awkward looking fadeaway. Like a Dirk Nowitzki with no balance kind of thing. Kobe gives it up to Lowe, and Lowe is able to score. I think that is his first basket, and he draws the and 1. He may be getting his 3 points. He is undrafted, but everyone in this league is undrafted except the actual rookies that I've imported, so he might just be a regular or an original season guy. Gonzalez to Shyok to Evans in the corner. He'll try to dribble past his man, Bowman, and does not go. Little with the board, out to Lowe. He's got a wide open inside guy, but does not find him. Kobe with the ball over to Little. Lowe open, but cannot handle the pass. Little with the clock winding down, gives it to Bowman for the longest 2 you can get. Heavily contested, and it goes in. Columbus down by 4. Shyok loses the ball on a spin move. Doesn't even feel like that was from defense. He just lost it. But Columbus not able to take advantage of the turnover. Go back into their old half-court set. White with 3 seconds left from 30 feet. Terrible shot. Gonzalez with the board. Over to Shyok. Zaire Smith takes it out to the logo. Back to Shyok. We're down to 8 seconds left in the clock. And Shyok takes the open 3 as Gonzalez was able to screen his guy off him, and the other center did not bother trying to defend that, I guess. Bowman trying to get in, but Evans commits the foul on him, and he's bailed out. Oh, I see. Bowman makes the first and the second. Sexton's back in. Gonzalez with the ball at the top of the 3. Sees Sexton wide open. And it's good. Fish with an 8-point lead. White trying to bring it in. Sees a little open. I think that's a two. Well, the game says three-pointer. I feel like they measure where your toe is by like the middle of your foot in this game because I see a lot of on the line threes. Anyways, Gonzalez with Kobe White on him. Looks like he wants to try to out dribble him, even though he's quite a bit larger and probably stronger. Oh, an alley oop to Zaire Smith, who I don't know, not a good pass, so hard to finish. Bowman with the ball gets inside, a little bit of defense, not enough to stop him. Shooting 22% in the first half. I don't know how he's doing in the second. I believe he's got at least 4 points. I think six as well, because he made that long two, that one, and then two free throws. Sexton gets in easily. Blount confused. White not trying. Bol gets ready to come back in for the Fish. He has not been very effective for them. Here's Lowe with the backward spin into Zaire Smith. Gets it over to Kobe on the left side. He is double teamed, leaving Little wide open. The Little cannot finish, though there is board on the putback. I don't think the Fish need to bother with double teaming. But if their three-point shooters are going to miss wide open threes, then I guess maybe it's a strategy worth investing in. Last play of the half. Here's Sexton waiting for a screen. Gives it up to Zaire Smith with the slightly contested three, and it goes in. And that'll put him up by 6. Heading into the final quarter, 68-62. Detroit Fish. I believe I have to watch the assist at the game by State Farm right now. Oh yeah, that probably was one of the better ones. Sometimes they're just complete garbage. Anyways, Wood inbounds it to White, and we start our final quarter. Wood's been having a fine game defending Bol. Kobe's been shooting awful. It doesn't look like it's miraculously going to improve as he takes a long two that's no good from the right side. Sexton finds Barrett inside, and there's our third dunk of the night. Look at that empty chair reaction. Those empty chairs are going wild. Low with the ball. Zaire screened. Bol not there to help, but he gets the board. Sexton pushing it up. Another great find as Zaire Smith is inside cutting. That's 4 quick points to give the Fish their first double-digit lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Blount covered by Barrett. Doesn't work out for him. White into Little. He's pivoting around. Tries to post up. Takes a long fadeaway and it is no good. Zaire Smith gets the board. Gets by his guy. Bol just standing around in the middle. An alley-oop to Zaire Smith. It came out of nowhere. 12-point lead now for the Fish. This is not the time you want to be letting a streak happen to you if you're Columbus. Low with a no good 2. Ooh, Sexton tries to push it into Booker, but it is off the back of Little. It shall be the Fish's ball. On the baseline? Yeah. 17 seconds left on the clock. Bol on the right side. Zaire right into the basket, though. Low bodies him up, and he's not able to get the layup. White blows by Sexton, but Barrett's there and gets the steal as he tries to dish it out. Zaire and Bol Zaire up to Sexton. He is swatted by Wood. And O'Connor on the breakaway now. Bernard O'Connor with the finger roll off the breakaway and a big block. Sexton drives right by Kobe White, no problem. There's no one there on the inside to help him out. +9 on the night, 7 for 13. Not bad by Sexton. Lowe finds Kobe inside, and he gets the heavily contested under basket little layup over Bobo with the and one, and he will shoot another one. 3-point play. Columbus only down by 9 now. Barrett bringing it up. Sexton's off to a good start this quarter. Ball's in his hands now. Gafford over to Barrett. Finds Bowl. Illegal screen by Gafford. I know that animation anywhere. White quickly pushes it up to Lowe, who then does nothing with it. Fisher with Gafford on him, gives it over to Kobe. Sexton screened. Gafford switches on to him. Gafford playing him very close, not at all worried about him. Wood gets the pass inside with Sexton, not really able to contest anything. Bull, I don't know what happened to him, but he was nowhere near the inside. Bear gets the pass, takes a heavily contested layup, gets his own board though, and he's going to go up again and miss again. O'Connor forcing 2 misses. Bernard O'Connor. Lowe loses the dribble, gets it back. Wood standing there in the middle of nowhere, setting a screen. And Lowe with a terrible shot from the elbow. Sexton up to Smith. Sexton again with the ball, looking to slash in the middle. And he is swatted. White pushing it up quickly. He's... Oh, okay, yes. Finishes over Barrett with the left hand. 21 points on the night, but are in terrible efficiency. However, Columbus is only down by 5 with 8 minutes left to go. They did not let that streak get them out of this game. Barrett with a long 2, but he's open, and he finds it. Fans disappointed with that one. Kobe seals off Sexton, gets Gafford onto him. It's 2-on-1, and he is blocked by one of them, or both of them. Who can say? Sexton to Barrett in the corner 3, I should say, but dribbles it in. Gafford with a big dunk over Bernard O'Connor. And he's fouled. Looking for a 3rd point. I believe he's 0 for 2 from the line, though. But he gets that one to go. 3-point play. Fish back up by 10 quickly. Double team onto White. And he loses the ball on a bad pass. Sexton wide open and lays it in. Up by 12 now. A little comeback. Quickly squashed for Columbus. Houston bringing it up now. Wood is looking exhausted. Kobe trying to post up Sexton here. It's backing down. Wood with the wide open 3, but he might have been open for a reason. He does not make it. Silva blows by his guy, and he is fouled by Houston. He is not happy about that, nor the fans. Silva is not able to make it, but he does make the second. Up by 13 now, 6:44 to go. Kobe's tired as well. It's not a good sign for them, as they will need his offense, or they will need the potential of his offense. Kobe open, takes a horrible long 2. This is the problem with this game. I don't know. Like, no one would ever take that shot. Barrett gets inside, steals his guy off, and they are now up by 15, a 10-0 run, right as the Columbus Aviators were hoping to tie this game up. 18 left to go. 3 timeouts for Columbus. 4 for the Fish. The babies are dancing, but we will not be watching that. Wood to inbound. 19 seconds on the clock. Kobe in the right side. He's double teamed. Finds O'Connor open. And he finishes for the first dunk for Columbus this game. Colin Sexton bringing it up. Gets by Kobe. Finds Gafford inside, but he does not finish. Houston pushing it up now. And he will not take any kind of advantage out of that. White with Sexton close on him. Going left side. Seals off Sexton. He's inside. Barrett there to help, though. And he does not finish. Barrett gets the board. Silva pushing up. He's open on the three-point line, and he will take it. But he does not get it. Gafford does get it. And gets the putback. 12 points for the Fish in the last 2:20. They might yet score 100 points. Wood with the ball. Hands it over to Kobe. Kobe double teamed by Barrett. O'Connor open. Dishes it out to Houston, who takes a free throw shot. I didn't quite... Courtney, I believe. But yeah. 14 points for Houston. Bull from the three-point line. Gafford to Barrett. Bull posting up. He has not had any success over Wood posting up, and he continues to not. Wood gets the board and pushes it to O'Connor. Houston's open on the left side, but he walks over to him instead. He'll try to ISO his man. Gafford. White double teamed. Wide open on the right side is O'Connor, but he is not willing to take that three. They have wasted 24 seconds on this possession for a long two. And Courtney Houston gets his second contested two in a row. Still down by 11, though. 4 minutes to go. RJ Barrett with the ball on the right side. Gets by his man Houston. Crafty little finish. That might have been O'Connor. It's hard to tell. But that's 18 points for RJ Barrett, with 8 of them coming this quarter. Fisher handoff to White. He blows by his guy, but help is coming. Bull does not do much, can contest it, though. Sexton bringing the ball up. Still up by 11. 3:48. Kobe checking him at half court. Bull inside. Ooh, gets Wood to bite on the pump fake. And he finally gets a basket over him. Field goal percentages are shooting way up. Starting to get average numbers now. But it's been an ugly game. Kobe White handoff to Houston. He immediately loses the ball. Wood with the ball. Passes it over to O'Connor. Back to Houston. 7 seconds on the clock. He is very far away. He cannot keep his streak of bad, long, contested shots going. Silva with the ball, trying to push it in. He'll pass it out to Barrett, who is wide open in the lane and is now on fire. Same with Gafford, who I don't know what he did, but... Oh. Another timeout by the Aviators. Fish up by 15, feeling confident with their first win of the season looking like a reality. RJ Barrett, player of the game. Is a little fadeaway. I think that was his first basket. First dunk. Yeah. He shot pretty decent efficiency, I believe, which is more than most teams can say. Not that he necessarily took what I consider good shots. But hey, buckets. Houston with another contested two. But the man is making them. 13-point game. Silva with the ball, taking it up slowly. Gets a screen from Gafford, but does not get hit with the inside pass. Sexton getting a screen on the left side, and Barrett driving past this guy again. O'Connor has not been able to prevent that, and that has made it impossible for Columbus to close this back up. White contested, double teamed, actually. Wood inside. Bull is able to disturb the shot. Sexton grabs the board. Barrett inside again. That's 24 points, I believe, 6 in a row at least. 17-point game for the Fish. 2 minutes left. Houston not able to drive past the fellow defending him. I don't know. Now O'Connor wants to try to show RJ Barrett what he's got. But he is exhausted after 2 spin moves. Fish over the offensive board. Not able to finish over Barrett, though. Barrett will take his time bringing this one up. A minute and a half left. Barrett with Kobe Arnhem takes a long 2. Does not go, but Gafford gets the board, and he will finish with an underhanded left layup. Underhanded. Looking like the bench players are coming in. This one's over. 19-point game with 75 seconds left. Kobe dunking on him. Drives by his guy, no problem. Terrible shooting on the night, though. 11 field goals, but 24 misses. It's not how you're going to win that game. Oof. They try to get Barrett again inside cutting, but they're ready for it. Kobe with his back-to-back dunks. 58 seconds, 15-point game. Still no real reason to worry. Fans are clearing out. Bull with the ball. Can he beat Wood one more time? It's been a losing battle so far. But he does. Not that it matters too much, but I guess egos are a thing. Kobe White still being heavily guarded. Takes a short little 2 on the right side, but it doesn't go. 28 seconds left to go. Bull brings it up. He's trying to ISO his man. Gets inside, but doesn't want to take the shot. Silva from the free throw line. Just winding down the clock. 5 seconds left on the clock. 10 seconds left in the game. Bull bullies O'Connor, I believe. Yeah. And that's last possession here. 5 seconds to go. And that's that. Detroit Fish finished the first game of the season with a win. It was close for the most part, but they really pulled away in the last 6 minutes there. Kobe White struggling to find a good shot. RJ Barrett with the player of the game, defending MVP. Off to a good start. I will be back in a bit as we simulate a few games and we get on to our second game of the night. Let's see, what was our next game? So we're not going to play until, let's see, it's the 26th, the 7th, 8th, 9th, the 29th. We have San Jose versus Atlanta. The Aliens versus the Gulls. I'll be right back with that game in a minute. The Michael Jordans versus the that old guy. All right, let's take a quick look at the league before we get into our second game of the week. We have Chicago Cyclones and the Fresno Grizzlies, who are the defending champions, of course, off to a quick 2-0 start. Both with pretty good differentials. The Phoenix Suns win by 43 in their season opener, 106 to 63. I don't know if I mean, they beat the Buffalo Wings. Wow. The Phoenix Suns were a team that I didn't think would be very good because their best player is Dylan Windler. But a 43 point is pretty nice. Vancouver Sea Lions also beat the Philadelphia Flight by 39. Otherwise, let's see, we have the San Jose Gulls versus the Aliens, who are both winless so far, 0-1. East, we have no 0-1 teams, a couple of 0-2 teams, including the Columbus Aviators, who we just saw, and the Los Angeles Reds, who are -9 after 2 losses. Season stats league leaders, we have DeAndre Hunter with a 34-point average after 2 games, helping this team get to 2-0. Luka Doncic, the rookie, off to a monstrous start his first 2 games. Let's see, a couple other guys with 30 points. Jalen McDaniels for the Bombers, and Michael Porter Jr. with 31. I believe he's the rookie this year, yeah. 15th pick for Miami. Yeesh. There's a lot more rebounds in this league because there's a lot more misses, so don't be like blown away by super high numbers here. Jarrett Culver casually with 23. Bol with 21 in the game we watched, I guess. It didn't even feel like that. Um, so yeah, we got a couple of high rebounds. Colin Sexton with 11 assists in that game, 17 points. Very nice game by him. Luka 5th there. But yeah, 13 and a half rebounds is good for 12th. I mean, it's only one game, too, but yeah, let's head into our second game here. We have the San Jose Gulls and the Atlanta Aliens, who, as I said, are both winless so far. Let's look at the matchup. Seems like it'll be pretty even. Both teams' best players are the shooting guard and small forwards. Well, that's not true. Um, Atlanta has PJ Washington as well. So it looks like, I mean, Atlanta's better, but they're not like a huge mismatch better. Well, let's get started. All right, with the Mercedes-Benz Stadium with Greg Popovich as the coach of the Atlanta Aliens. But as we saw in the little preview thing, they do have the old San Antonio Stadium and whatever. Tim Duncan's there watching over them. Should be a pretty good match. Atlanta's tied for second in the power rankings for preseason, with San Jose sixth. Um, but neither team has gotten off to a win yet. I'm sure this power rankings will rapidly switch. I don't ever feel like it's very accurate, really, for preseason. But we'll see. Devontae Graham, Romeo Langford. There's Kevin Porter and PJ Washington and Marquise Bolden. A+ advantage at home court. I'm sure that's just the San Antonio thing carrying over, just like the blimp in Toronto did. We do exist. I like that. Here is, oh, illegal screen. Yeah, Marquise Bolden with a quick foul 8 seconds into the game. But I didn't change any settings yet, so I don't think he will be worrying about any foul trouble, as there was like 15 all last game for both teams. I am Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg all in one. So don't worry about those three at the bottom. Glad the AT Aliens is the official Twitter of the Atlanta Aliens. Offensive three. Oh. I realize I got a strange. I'm like, is that a narrow key? I think it is, but I don't know if it's just messing with me. Offensive three, though, that's obviously not too common with the AIs. Kevin Porter drives in and heavily fouled. Maybe we'll get a little more fouls this game. 3 violations in the first 3 plays. Shooting 47% after his 1 game. 0 for 2. I need to change the abbreviation there too. ATLN. What is that about? No team able to score so far. Kevin Porter with the contested 3, but it goes in. Finally got some points a minute into the game. Not that that was super long, but Devontae Graham will come right back, but not be able to finish. Good D by their point guard, who I do not know his name. Taking me a while. Line off to a quick 5-0 start. I didn't realize that we have the both the Charlotte guys starting this game, Devontae and PJ Washington, for different teams, though. Brown Jr. Off balance, not a very good shot. Marquise Bolden gets the board, passes it up to Kevin Porter Jr. Oof. Peters stripped, but able to keep it. Robinson, a little hop step finish. Shots are looking a little better for these teams so far. Early timeout by the Gulls. 2:13 in the game. Atlanta is off to a 7-0 start. Not that that's too concerning. It happens. Aliens led the league in second chance points last game. Only by half a point, though. Not a huge lead over the rest of the league. Bayless with the ball finds Romeo Langford. Gets a screen on the right side. And he will take an open fading 3. And it is no good. They get to score in the first 2.5 minutes. Peters with the ball to Robinson. Robinson's getting a screen. I don't know. He's been able to get inside pretty easily. Doesn't get it to go, though. Dougherty up to Langford. Just trying to push it. But there's a defender there. Kevin Porter Jr. Is Kevin Porter Jr.? I want to say Michael Porter Jr., but isn't he like a light-skinned guy playing with Wendell Clark? Wendell Carter? I don't know these names. Robinson no good for the long 2 from the free throw line. Langford and San Jose still looking to score. It's right inside. This is a good shot. But Kevin Porter Jr., as I always knew it, doesn't make it easy for him. He will have to score from the free throw line. And he does. Only 1 for 2 for Langford. San Jose up 7-1. I'm going to write down right now to change those Detroit sound effects. Peters out to PJ Washington at the top of the three. Kevin Porter with the ball, 6 seconds left. Gives it to Robinson, who takes the three contested, and it's no good. Dougherty with the ball up to Brown Jr. Give it to Devontae Graham. Dougherty fakes the three, but I don't think anyone thought that was going to happen. Langford pushing in. Gets a second shooting foul. Marquise Bolden picks up his second after the illegal screen early. And Chimezi Metu, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, will come in for extended minutes by the looks of it. Peters gets a wide open lane. He's able to finish after a big screen by Metu. 4 for 7 and 0 for 5 for the two teams. San Jose is, of course, on the board. Another 1 for 2 appearance from the free throw line there earlier. Bayless with the ball. Tries to take a contested layup over PJ Washington, but it does not go, and he gets the board. Out to Kevin Porter Jr. Peters handling it now. 10 seconds left. Back out to Porter. 5 seconds. Metu inside to Washington. And he gets a little hook over Bayless. Langford coming in right side. Tries to pull up from the free throw line, but passes it to Bayless. He takes a fadeaway. And that is finally San Jose's first field goal. 5 minutes and 19 seconds into the game. Peters loses the ball, and there's a chance for their second one. Langford on the breakaway. And it's good. San Jose only down by 5 despite taking 5 minutes to score 1 field goal. Robinson cuts in, and he does not finish and can't grab his own board. It bounces off his fingertips. Had the inside lane, but it's not strong enough or confident enough yet. 21.3 points for him last season as a rookie. But a lot of rookies had great seasons last year, so but still promising. Brown with the ball, Langford, and it is good. San Jose only down by 2 now. 9 points in less than a minute. I mean, no, it wasn't 9 points, but 3 field goals in less than a minute. 7 points. Washington with contact, does not get the foul, but gets his own putback, and it's good. Oh, someone just walked on court and then walked away. Devontae Graham getting in way too easily, and yeah, finishes. Peters with the ball now. The wide open lane. Their center is a slug, this guy, Dougherty. That's way too easy. But I am appreciating the better offense, for sure. Brown gets it inside to Dougherty, guarded by Metu. Can't decide if he wants to post up or not. Gives it to Graham for a long 2. Might as well make it a 3-man. Peters with the ball. Nice little fake out, but it's no good. PJ Washington gets the board. Tries to pass it out, but it's deflected by Bayless, and he gets the steal. Langford with a crossover and a little flashy pass to Brown. Brown can't finish over Robinson. Robinson now bringing it up. Debate's pulling up for 3, but passes it out to Peters on the right side. Screened by Metu. And Dougherty with another steal for San Jose. Brown on the breakaway. 2-point game, Atlanta, 15-13. 4:12 left in the quarter. And a timeout by the Aliens. Looking to make a sub here. Peters looking to drive in over whoever Langford's backup is. Contested layup, but it's a good by Lamar Peters. 2 turnovers, but shooting a nice 3 for 4 so far. Little Peters contests the shot and is able to make the miss. He is not too big. Devontae Graham, that's who was on him. Jordan Poole drives in. Looks nothing like the actual Jordan Poole, at least hairstyle wise. Diamantopoulos. I don't know how you say it, but I remember that's their 6-man left terrace. Diamantopoulos. Who can say? Graham with the fading. Ooh, an odd tip in by Dougherty. He was like above the rim and pushed it down, but gets his 2. San Jose still within 4. Jordan Poole with the ball here. Out to Peters. He gets a good screen. Rancic open for 3, but no good. But Metu finishing, no problem. On the putback. Devontae Graham bringing it up. A little hesitation, but doesn't drive. Now he's really hesitating, standing still. Allen with the fadeaway, and it's good. Barry Allen, 23 points last night, or on Wednesday. I don't know what night it is. It might be Friday. I think it was last night. Me too, waiting for the screen by Peters or whatever, the rollout by Peters. Gets the mismatch on him, but takes a bad 3, even though he was open. It was a awkward shot. Diamantopoulos loses his dribble, passes it out to Dougherty. I think they got a double center lineup. Johnston with the ball now on the left side, gives it up to Graham. 5 seconds on the clock. He's driving in. No good. Metu with the board. Poole pushing it up quickly. And he's going to get inside, no problem. Finishes. Diamantopoulos does contest it, but it's not enough to force a miss. Graham with the spin. Does not get inside, though. Screened by Dougherty. He's constantly like struggling if he wants to post up or face up. I notice that every time he gets the ball in that area. Graham tries to get the team to clear out, but he is swatted by Metu? Or is that the Alexander? I don't know who that is. 2.2 seconds left on the clock for San Jose. Diamantopoulos tries to double pump fake and then take a last second shot, but he gets swatted by Poole, who jumped way too early, but was able to hang in the air and swat it on the way down. Poole an open long 3. Doesn't get it though. Johnson on the board. Nice bounce pass into Tatum, but it's a little low and Poole's able to get it as he loses control. Kane driving in on the right side, and Allen can't get there in time to contest it. Barry Allen. 57% shooting by the Aliens this quarter, which is very nice. Barry Allen into Devontae Graham, who's played the full quarter here. Gets blocked again by Alexander. Peters to Kane in the corner. Winding the clock down a bit. Alexander, their third string center, if I understand their rotations enough. Pulled the ball. 4 seconds left. Takes a fading 3 again. And it is no good. Diamantopoulos bringing the ball up. Loses his dribble immediately, but finds a nice pass into Barry Allen. Gets fouled on the lay-in, but he can't get the lay-in in. How was that Jordan Poole? Anyways, Barry Allen shooting two. Misses the first. I believe he's one of the best G League created guy things that I made. Poole with a long two to beat the quarter, but it doesn't go. The Aliens, sponsored by Spotify. No dancing. Quickly up court to Diamantopoulos. But then they waste 12 seconds before passing it to Barry Allen. Devontae Graham with the ball now. He gets a screen from Allen left side. He finds Diamantopoulos open for three on the right side, but it is no good. And Peters pushing it in. Gets past Diamantopoulos, but doesn't keep going. Jordan Poole now inside. Tricky layup, but gets it over Johnston. Devontae Graham with the ball now. Can go left side. Looking for the posting up Tatum. Will take a nice little fade, but not the best timing on his release. It's a little off. Kane to Marquise Bolden. Back to Kane. Over to Peters on the right side, looking for a screen from Bolden. Bolden cutting in. Gets the board. And the putback. Marquise. I thought it was Marquise. Atlanta up by 11. They are the favorites this game, but yeah, I hate to be down double digits this early. Barry Allen for three is no good. And Marcus Bolden brings it in. Looking fresh after sitting most of the first quarter. Hopefully he can push the lead up for Atlanta. He's posting up. He's got a point guard on him, but Atlanta not looking to give him the ball here. In fact, they're looking to do a Jordan Poole ISO instead. Takes very contested layup, and it is not good. Johnston with the ball. Diamantopoulos. Rancic. Wow. Tatum to Johnston. Johnston to Romeo Langford, who's back in now. Drives right. It's got Allen open for a long two, but it doesn't go. Bolden with the board. Kane controls it. Gives it up to Poole. And they're passing the ball around. Looking to waste some clock, I guess. Poole on the left side. Driving in with a couple seconds left, and he draws the foul on Barry Allen. Shooting two. Makes the first. I'm going to search up Jordan Poole right now. I guess he does have that hair. I don't know why. Yeah, he's got it shaved on the sides now. That's why. And in a ponytail, of course. But before that, Jordan Poole, I guess, looked like that media day. I didn't quite see what that said. It looked like 23-9 on rebounds, which is pretty ugly. But I was too busy looking at real Jordan Poole. Kevin Porter Jr. inside to Bolden with 1 second left. Has to take a tricky shot, and it goes. Plus 13. Yikes. San Jose is up by 15 total. So I mean down by 15 total, so it's not too surprising. Poole on Langford. Langford gives it up to Johnston. To Barry Allen. Back to Langford. Who gets the screen from Allen. Langford wide open for three. It is good. Kevin Porter Jr. gets in no problem, but takes a jumper instead of driving it in, and he's not able to swish it, I should say. Tatum inside. Nice dunk. San Jose only down by 10 now. Oh, yeah. Jordan Poole gets a screen from Marcus Allen on the left. Goes back right. And he draws another shooting foul. Getting to the line. Romeo Langford tries to do a little flashy pass as he drives in, but loses it. Porter pushing in now. He is fouled by Romeo Langford. And they'll take another 2 free throws for Atlanta. Barry Allen, 8th in three-point percentage last year. 15th in points per game. With 41%, and I didn't even remember 17 points or something. Tatum with the ball now. Looking like good handles for a big guy. But it's not really leading to anything at all, which is generally how ball handling goes in this game. Langford with an open 3 again, but he misses again. Robinson has got Bolden inside, but Bolden clears out for him. Robinson looking to do this on his own. And it doesn't work out for him. Troy Brown with the ball. Finds Langford on the three-point line. He tries to dribble in. He loses it, but captures it again and finishes with contact. 12 points, 12 minutes, 44%. I believe he was 47 last night, so right on pace with what Romeo Langford does. He's had a lot of good looks, though. Could easily have made more points by now. Kevin Porter driving in. Takes a long 2, doesn't go. Langford with the board. He's going to keep pushing. Finds Bayless. He gets fouled, and Bolden with another foul. He's got 3 now at the half. But they will keep Bolden in. He is on fire. Makes sense. Gets a board. And he gets a wide open dunk. Atlanta up by 13. Oof, Langford completely shakes his man and then passes it up to Bayless. Dougherty looking like he wants a long 2 here. He's given all the space in the world. Passes to Langford, who's open, but cannot make a long 2 of his own. Kane now with the ball for Atlanta. 17 seconds on the clock, 5:39 in the quarter. Here's Robinson in the right. He gets a screen from Bolden. Try to take a jumper. It's no good. Langford there to contest. Tatum with the ball. Troy Brown dribbling around. Gets a screen but doesn't do anything with it. 20 seconds off the clock and he's done nothing so far. Passes it into Bayless with 2 seconds left. He has to take a long fadeaway, and it is no good. Robinson with the ball, bringing it up for Atlanta. Washington over to Porter. Gets a screen from Washington. Goes left. He's got a switch. He takes another jumper. But it is good. Atlanta still shooting 50%. San Jose struggling with 31. Bayless with the ball. Tries to take a contested 2 over Bolden and it's no good. Kane open, but just slows everything down before driving in. Loses his dribble. Passes out to Washington over to Robinson. Washington comes screening. Oof. Robinson heavily contested there, but still tries it. Doesn't go. Now Tatum tries to bring it in, but loses his dribble. Langford with the ball at the top. Gets a lazy screen from Dougherty, but Dougherty gets to the board for him. Cannot finish. Atlanta looking to go up 17 here. Bolden makes it happen. That's our night feed by Kane. Romeo Langford and San Jose with only 25 points, 21 minutes into the game. Dougherty over to Brown Jr. Troy Brown out to Langford with the last second long two. It is good. Just as nice as the layup would have been. Timeout by the Aliens. Things are going pretty good for them, but layup they shall be doing anyways. Oof. Sorry, I wasn't really looking there for a second, but Porter Jr. gets a wide open lane. Looks like a steal maybe that caused that. I'm not sure. Seemed like everyone else was already up court. Langford with the ball though. Getting no space at all. Well, yeah. He's just trying to dribble around four guys. Dougherty puts up a layup. No good. Alexander with the ball. Passes it over to Peter. Robinson driving in on Langford. Takes a long way around for a long two. And it is no good. Graham now bringing it up. Bayless inside on a smaller defender. See what he can do. Yeah. Able to bump Peters off him. Get an easy little hook shot. San Jose with the 15-point deficit. Peters gets inside and finishes. Devontae Graham bullying the boy. Dougherty gets smoked. I don't know who got that block. Robinson quickly turning it into points for the other side. San Jose looking like they're about to go down by 20. Not what you want to see. Metu with the foul on Langford. Langford's been going to the line a lot here. Hasn't been making a lot though. Let's make both of those, however. Roncic back on the court. This is Peters on the right side. Gets a big screen for a long two. Lamar Peters. Diamantopoulos doing nothing with the ball. Takes a long three at the end of the clock. However, the Aliens not able to control the board and fumbles it back out. 14 more seconds for San Jose to make something happen. Johnson to inbound. Finds Dougherty on the left side over to Graham. Graham sets it back up at the top of the key, trying to wind down the clock, I guess, for a last possession of the half. Diamantopoulos wide open for three. And they bring San Jose within 16. Poole pushing it up. Fires a long half-court shot, but it is no good. Those guys talking about something. We got some highlights, but that seems unimportant. Aliens destroying them in pretty much everything. 4 blocks, 2 more assists, 14 more rebounds, and shooting 20% better. Romeo Langford, 16 of the Gulls, 34 points, but Marquise Bolden, 8 points, 10 rebounds, and he sat out most of the first quarter. So he's having a great game. That might be a funny joke, I guess. I don't know. But looks like that might be a big problem for the San Jose Gulls is their interior defense. If Marquise is able to shred him so easily. And it seems like they've been driving in on most people as well. There's no need for dunks, folks. Let's just start our game. Romeo Langford with the ball here. And he doesn't do much with it. Tries to take a contested shot over Kevin Porter, and it's no good. Porter brings the ball up. Got Peters wide open for three. Oh, Washington with good hustle on the board. Back to Peters. Tries to finish under the hoop. But the little man can't do it. Looks like he's not even 6 foot. Graham blows by him. But Bolden is there to contest. Dougherty gets the board. Tries to put it back up. Fouled. Marquise with his 4th foul. I don't really see people ever get in foul trouble in this game, so it's interesting that Bolden's actually on pace to foul out in this game. Peters on the right side, looking for a screen. Gets it from Washington, and Washington's wide open on the inside. Langford with a little under the basket lay-in, a -9, which, considering that they're -15 as a team, isn't too bad. Kevin Porter picked up by Langford deep, but Porter's blown by him. Oof. Langford with the foul, though. Langford's 3rd. Kevin Porter will shoot 2. 9 points on 2 field goals. He's been to the line a few times. Graham gets the ball poked loose, but manages to handle it. Bayless over to Brown Jr. He gets inside and finishes through contact. Atlanta up 15 still. 10-15 to go. Robinson misses his 2 wide open guys on the wing asking for the ball and dribbles it out. A little interesting, but oh well. Aliens tied for 1st for points off turnovers last season. Didn't get any points that time. Right side Langford, open for 3. Has not been getting those open 3s at all. San Jose could be a lot closer. Not that Langford's been the problem. He's been their best scorer by far. But still. Peters for three now. Lightly contested. Bolden gets the board, goes back up with it, and finishes. He's got himself a double-double, if I'm not mistaken. He might have already had one, but definitely already has 10 rebounds, and that gives him at least 10 points. He had 8 at half. Brown Jr. with an odd shot. Doesn't go. Porter Jr. gets inside, and it is good. Atlanta just seems bigger and stronger, even with Peters here as the point guard. PJ Washington brings it down. Kevin Porter pushes it up to Peters. That is foul number 1 on Devontae Graham. Peters hacked as he tries to lay it in on the fast break. 6 foot 185. He is a little guy. That isn't great at free throw shooting either, which is a problem. But that's why he's a G Leaguer, I guess. Langford with the ball, tries to go left. Illegal screen by Dougherty on the open three, which I think would have counted if it went in, but it's off as well. Peters is out. Robinson on. Yeah, I think Peters is out. Robinson the point guard now. Langford gets the board, brings it up over to Graham, but no, Peters is not out. I thought that was Peters, but he looked a little bigger. Peters pushes it to Porter in the left corner. Is able to hop step around Romeo Langford and get an easy layup. 14 points on the game. That's 8th inside. The others might all be from free throws too. Nice pass by Langford to Tatum. Tatum gets his second dunk of the night. Peters to Bolden. This is getting by the defender too easily. Dougherty tries to come up and help, and then Bolden's wide open underneath. Graham with the ball here. Gets it to Dougherty. Dougherty looks for Brown Jr. And Langford's open on the right. We'll see what he does. Gets a screen on the left from Dougherty. Dougherty rolling in. Troy Brown tries to keep it himself. Dougherty has to take a last-second shot. And Atlanta will bring it back up. They're up by 22 now. I didn't realize they cleared the 20-point mark. They turn it over, though. Langford looking to get us back within 20. Double teamed. It's been their only real scorer tonight. Troy Brown left open, but he can't make it. Kevin Porter to PJ Washington, and Washington gets to go. 24-point lead now for Atlanta. This gets up to 25. I might just sim it to the end because that is officially a blowout according to 2K. Looks like it won't be. 22 points now. Devontae Graham 2 for 9. That's not what you'd like to see. Peters a little pull up. 15-footer, no good. Langford bringing it up. And he's doubled. Out of bounds. Gulls ball. That's fine, man. He just tried to grab it. 14 seconds left on the clock. Johnston looking inbound. Allen gets the ball right inside, and Johnston tips it in from the inbound passer. Jordan Poole with the ball now. He's in. 20-point game. Not looking to make this a blowout for me to sim. Kevin Porter Jr. easily gets by his man. He's on fire. Does the 180 in the air to try to finish over Barry Allen, but it's no good. He'll shoot 2. Fouled by Allen, like I said. 15 points after the first free throw for him. Is that Marcus Bolden coming in? I believe it is. Oh, Porter misses the second. Diamantopoulos over to Langford. Tatum on the right side. It's an off-ball foul. A illegal screen, the third one of the game, I feel. Romeo Langford is cheesed about that one. Just straight cheesed. He's still being held back. But he's cool now. He's settled down. I don't know Kane. I always want to call him Patrick Kane, though. NHL player. Jordan Poole, looking ISO. Takes a contested layup in. Gets his own rebound. And does not get the putback, though. Langford with the ball. Looking to drive. Just straight in to whoever that was. But it's 100% contested layup, and that's not good enough. Alexander, that's who came in. He does not get the layup, heavily contested. Diamantopoulos, handoff to Langford. He's got the inside lane, but doesn't go anywhere with it. He's now doubled, and he throws the ball away from the pressure of the double. Alexander open for the fadeaway two. Shook his guy off him on a little shimmy. Still a nice finish. Hard to get those fadeaways sometimes. Diamantopoulos with the ball over to Langford. Alley-oop. Don't know if that's what the play needs to be, but Kane with the ball now up by 23. Wide open inside. Doesn't go, but Alexander gets it, and he is fouled. Romeo Langford with his fifth foul. Looking like he might foul out. He is also looking like he wants to get a technical. That's his second little arguing animation in a row. I guess he's just got the expressive thing. Was he the guy that just got suspended in real life for bumping the ref? Points per penetration, 20. Yeah, Atlanta's got 5 more points than San Jose has. Misses both. Could have given them a 24-point lead, which would have given me almost enough excuse to fast forward. But yeah, someone just got fined for bumping a ref and like knocking them over. I don't know if that was Romeo Langford. Probably wasn't, but it was someone I didn't really know. Diamantopoulos with a nice little off-ball cut. Gets the ball from Langford. 33% for the Gulls. Which happens, but when the other team's shooting 50, you're in trouble. Poole gets the switch. He tries to drive in. Another shooting foul. Barry Allen with his third. I believe his third this quarter alone. Poole. 2 for 2. Back up by 23. Romeo Langford trying to shake Poole a bit. Gives it up though and gets the ball back. Here comes Metu to guard him. And Langford not able to finish over him or even get by him. Poole, however, just dribbling away. An awkward lay-in, but that gives them the 25-point lead, and that is enough for me to fast forward this sim to end. We'll see how this goes. Final score. Go to team stats, team comparison. The Gulls were able to close it in a bit, only losing by 19. They still managed to shoot 35%, but the Aliens dropped down to 45%. That's just simming, I guess. 16 team fouls. Feels like they didn't foul very much after that. Yeah, Jordan Poole with 22. Marquise Bolden with 14 and 18. Only 26 minutes. He did foul out. He was plus 23 in his limited role. 7 for 7. Oof. The Gulls. Romeo Langford had a good scoring night. He did not foul out. Didn't foul the rest of the game, but he was negative 15. Devontae Graham, 2 for 10. Oh, a rough game for them, but that's 2 of our 3 games down. I'm going to take a little break. I will stream more later with the final game, and we can kind of look at the stats around the league after that.